Hi guys, and welcome to this amazing hangout with one of my best buddies in YouTube. Actually, the best. Oh yeah, show the muscles, show the muscles. Oh yeah.
Oh, you look so good.
Awesome. So, with me are Sammy Falagar, Paul Trade Passer, and Comics Defender Devin. For now, we are waiting one more of our friends to join, Malik X. Hopefully, he will be able to do it. So, guys, here are we now to discuss Suicide Squad, spoiler discussion, and maybe we're going to, deviate a bit. Maybe we'll not. We'll see. But the main topic for today is Suicide Squad. What did we think about it? Likes, dislikes, and future of this universe, and all of that, characters, story, and so on. So, take it away, guys.
All right, first question I have for all three of you is, on a scale of 1 to 10, how did you feel about the movie?
I already give it a score, 8.5 out of 10.
All right, Falagar.
8.5 out of 10 is what I gave it on my review.
And
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Yes, sir. Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I gave it a 7.4, and I'll explain why later.
That's a good score.
Yeah.
All right. Well, tentatively, I gave the movie maybe a 3 or 4, somewhere around there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, all right, get into it, Paul. What's the deal?
Okay. The reason I liked the characters and I liked the actors, but I didn't like the main villain in the story, which, of course, since this is spoilers, I didn't like Enchantress being the main villain. I didn't like her character as the villain. It just didn't appeal to me. Okay, as the story, it just didn't. Her and her brother, she was doing all that to free her brother, and they're gonna build this machine to take over the world. That didn't thrill me as a main plot. Okay, I thought it was gonna be closer to, I guess, maybe the Assault on Arkham story. I don't know how many you've seen that one.
Awesome.
I thought it was gonna be somewhat like that.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that's the problem,
Awesome.
because you already had like a vision of what Suicide Squad story could be in a movie, and that animations is very different from live action. So maybe that's the problem. Where I did saw that animation, but I didn't love it so much, and
Whoa.
yeah, I mean I did like it, but it's not like, oh yeah, that's my favorite thing in the world. But I do, like this tone and everything about the movie more than, what I saw in that movie. Yeah.
As much as I like Suicide Squad, I actually like Assault on Arkham a bit more.
Yeah, I do too.
I thought that was fantastic. Assault on Arkham.
Yeah, I really like that.
Yeah. And the Joker in there. Oh, crazy how he jumps on that chute, goes on that chute with Harley Quinn. I like Harley Quinn's hammer in there. Yeah.
I don't know why Harley Quinn is so much more believable in Assault on Arkham and all of the animated series than she was to me in the movie. To me, I wasn't sold that she had the ability to lead the squad and the insanity to carry the squad that she would normally carry the squad in.
Yeah.
But in contrary to what you said, Paul, I actually like the Enchantress.
Yeah.
But I only liked her when she first changed and she was first introduced by Amanda Waller.
Yeah, that was cool. I like that part.
Yeah, once she crossed over to that new thing, man, it just got weird.
Yeah,
the
especially at the end with that weird dance. It's just.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, that
she's
Are you talking about when she does that thing
weird
and
dance.
Women trying to go do it, man.
That was hilarious. But I like her outfit, of course, though. But it threw me off when I saw that. She had the rattles or something like that, and
yeah, it was really weird.
But
Well, I give it that, to the different dimension that she is from, because she's energy. She's not only, material. So she's, along with the matter, with the body that she possesses, she also is this, non-material creature made of energy. So that is why she moves between the vibrations of the elements and everything, and that's why I can, say,
that's an interesting.
I like
it's
that
weird.
answer.
It's weird,
like
but
that.
I I'm saying that it's understandable. Yes, it's weird, but I'm saying that it's understandable. But a lot of people already make fun of that, like, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dance. I don't know. That threw
She
me
looks
off.
like a 6-year-old little girl, you know, playing with her friends or something like that, and she just can't stand still, just wiggling, man. It's like, what is going on with you, lady?
Yeah, that was weird.
That was scarier than the machine she was building.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what. Who really surprised me in this movie was El Diablo. I didn't go into the movie expecting much from his character, but I really like Jay Hernandez.
Jay Hernandez.
As El Diablo. I thought he was really good. That really surprised me how good he was. And they told his backstory and stuff, and then how he was at the end when he said he wasn't going to let another family die, and then he sacrificed himself. That really surprised me how good he was, Jay Hernandez. I didn't expect that out of El Diablo.
Yeah, that was a badass. How he grew big into that, whatever that was, like a demon or something, and that fight was great. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, that was something like a demon. Another thing that moved, but not in the same way.
Hold on, what are
I
you talking
didn't
about? You talking about Enchantress's brother moved the same way that Enchantress did?
No, I mean he's moving, but not in the same way because he was all CGI. He was like, you know.
Oh yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
Alright, so, you know, the big thing for me was the continuity of the story. I just had an issue with it. To me, the story felt like it was cut similar to the Fantastic Four, where they probably had a phenomenal movie, but the cuts that happened just did not help to bring out the characters properly. Some stories felt like they were, you know, glued together some haphazard way.
What film did you say? Cut like what film?
I think they cut scenes.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, they cut scenes out.
Okay.
Say what?
I think they cut scenes out because I know Jared Leto was complaining about they cut some of his scenes out because there's still that you saw before the movie came out.
Yeah.
With the Joker, and I think there's specifically one with him. It's like looks like his face is half burned. It's like, you don't see that in the movie anywhere. So they cut out a lot of his. I think they edited a lot of the movie, a lot of it. I think because you don't see certain scenes that you saw in the trailer and some in the behind the scenes pics that came out.
Right.
So they did make a lot of cuts to the movie. So I think
And Paul,
yeah.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Yeah.
Who was your favorite character?
Oh, in the movie, I loved Amanda Waller. I thought I thought Viola Davis was a total badass. I loved her character. I thought she was fantastic in this one. She's a total and I like the scene of her at the end, the after scene credits with her and Bruce Wayne. Exactly, which means I think she's probably going to be in Justice League because you remember what he said. You remember what he said to her before he left, right? That shut your team down, or we'll do it for you. My friends will do it for you. So you know there's going to be a confrontation probably in Justice League between them again. So I like that.
Justice League versus Suicide Squad. Yeah.
Or at least between Amanda Waller and Batman probably with him.
Okay. Yeah.
Batman. So
yeah.
Hey Gary, who's your favorite?
Yeah, I loved him.
Harley Quinn.
Harley Quinn?
Yeah. I just love Margot Robbie and how she played the role. I mean, for me, there's just no problem. She was Harley Quinn, and she was crazy, and she was, from time to time, she had like moments of clarity, and she did something smart, and sometimes she reacted like a little girl. So that's exactly how Harley Quinn is. So yeah, I had no problems with her. Like zero problems, but I know that the movie was cut because they already said that it was cut a lot, and even Jared Leto said like a bunch of my scenes were cut from the movie, and there was 2 cuts, one that director did and one that the studio did, and they both cuts were tested on audiences, and this was the final one that was received the best. So this is what we got.
Right. I agree with you. She kind of did her role right. But I think the editing in the movie just did something to me. I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, we didn't notice any like choppiness to the movie. I saw it as it was. Like I don't know how to explain it, but neither me or my boyfriend or my friend that was the Joker discussed things. We were all super good with the movie. So for us, it wasn't choppy. I mean, I got it.
Okay. Yeah, it was good. I liked it, but
Yeah. Sammy, what was your who was your favorite character?
Okay, okay. I have a couple, which is, in addition to, of course, I'm going to love Harley Quinn. I love the ladies. I love blondes. And then I'd have to say Will Smith. I thought he was amazing. I went in there not thinking Will Smith was going to be good in this because I'm him playing a bad guy, but he was like a sympathetic villain, if you can even kind of call him that. But he's just trying to provide for his family, his kid, and so I loved him, and I thought he was just badass too with how the first thing when they were trying to test him with his guns, and he's shooting through those targets right through the same hole. You don't see holes everywhere except for the one thing, and he shot so many bullets, and he was going through that same hole. And then that whole scene when they were fighting those I don't know what they are, but the black glass things, and then he's going around shooting with just going down the whole line up the street. I thought was awesome. I loved his character. But as you said too, El Diablo, Amanda Waller, that whole thing when she killed that group of people, her own kind of people, just for seeing something they didn't have clearance for, so she shot them.
Yeah.
They truly deserve that. I mean,
no, but that's her
that.
character. That's her character. So that's correct to the character. So yeah.
Yeah. And I expected more from Enchantress. So.
What about that scene in the beginning? I like that scene when Deadshot encountered Batman right after walking down the alley with his daughter.
Yeah, I like that too.
Oh man, that was magnificent.
Oh yeah, Ben Affleck, amazing.
Yeah. He said, "Do you really want to do this in front of your daughter?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Move." I loved it. But I was like, if he's Deadshot, why didn't he just ricochet the bullet off the building or something?
Yeah. Oh, because he's Batman. They're not gonna do that.
Okay, now speaking of ricocheting a bullet off the building, what about the Amanda Waller having the control of the bombs in their heads on a cell phone?
Yeah.
And just walking past them like, you're not going to do anything to me. I wasn't sold on that, man. I'm like, she has a phone. Break her arm, take the phone, and you free yourselves. Why are you guys walking around letting her do this to you? And all you got to do is take her.
She even walked past them, like in between the two. They could have easily just grabbed her arm. I noticed that too. I did notice that. It wasn't. She didn't have that much. Like her power for leverage wasn't like all there, and
but
she
come
didn't
on, but she's Amanda Waller. She probably had a backup. She probably had a backup anyway. They were
her backup was the Suicide Squad. That was the backup. They came to get her.
Yeah.
Well, yes, but she has this authority when she speaks, and she already did all those things to them, so they know that she's powerful. So maybe they kind of have some kind of a respect for her. So they're like, better not try anything. Like, I know that it's logical to just reach in and grab it, but they're like scared of her to a certain extent. So I think that she commands respect, even if she's like, yeah, I'm just defenseless woman here, but actually I'm not. So they also think of her that way. She already washed their brains, brainwash them to be scared of her enough so they won't try anything. So that's why she walked past them with that confidence, because she knew that she commands that respect and scariness.
We saw what happened to Slipknot too, right? We got his head blown off.
Yeah, that's true. But that happened remotely. That didn't happen while she was walking in between them.
Exactly. So they could have been thinking, of course, that even if we grab her, there might be somebody else with a control. They still had the bombs in them, right? They still had.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah.
So it's just again something to serve the character of Amanda Waller. We can't see her just be pinned down, and to see her taken and beaten or something, and oh yeah, we're going to take her phone. That's not going to be good for the movie. So better this than the other thing.
Yeah, movie's over. They cut her arm off. Movie's over.
Exactly.
And it reminds me of that scene with was it John Hancock with Will Smith playing
John Hancock?
Yeah, exactly. He was in the bank with the guy, and he took the lampshade off, and then the guy's like, "I got a bomb right here," and so he takes the lampshade and he flattens it into a disc and cuts the guy's arm off. Which was amazing scene.
Yeah.
But I was like, I know one of you people can do this. All right. Let me ask you about this then. I know you people love the movie, but I'm having a hard time with Amanda Waller has the heart of the Enchantress.
Yes.
And she decides in her high-tech way of controlling the Enchantress by stabbing the heart with an ink pen. All right, so I'm going to keep you under control. I'm going to keep this godlike entity under control by stabbing the heart with an ink pen every time I don't like what she does. Do you really buy that?
Well, for the story, I have to kind of buy it because you saw in the beginning when she was demonstrating to the other generals and stuff in that room, how she controlled her. So I'm gonna have to buy, the premise, the whole premise of Enchantress, wanting to get her heart back and all that stuff. So I'm gonna have to buy it, even if I don't, think that's a great, even if I don't think that's a great plot. And that's why I didn't think she was a great villain, but I kind of have to buy it for the movie because that's what they, that's how they, they explained it in the movie.
And something I guess I didn't know, but I thought, because I've never heard of Enchantress before, but apparently I guess she is part of the DC universe then, huh?
Yeah, she's in the comics.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I did not know that. I've never seen, because I don't ever remember seeing her in Justice League, and I'm talking about the animated show. I didn't, yeah. But okay, yeah.
But, I did
she's
buy
a little
that.
extreme.
Okay.
You bought it, Gary?
Yeah, I do, because now that I'm thinking about it, this is due to, Amanda Waller's, her, she's kind of, you could say she's overconfident even. I mean, she has coverage for her confidence, but at the same time, she thought that she could control this, immortal being this way. So apparently that did affect Enchantress. And she could even maybe be killed if she continues, to stab the heart over and over again. That's why, Enchantress needed her brother. But I mean that, yeah, maybe that is a real way to control Enchantress, but it's just a mistake of Amanda Waller thinking that Enchantress couldn't figure out how to escape all that situation. So that is on Amanda. That is her mistake. But yeah, I bought the whole concept of that, how she was controlling her. Yeah.
Okay, so if I go back to what Paul said in the beginning, Paul said that Enchantress was kind of, well, he didn't say overpowered, but I assume you were leading to the fact that Enchantress was a little overpowered as a hero to deal with for these people who have just some special skills.
Yeah.
And if you have an overpowered person like Enchantress who can go to the other side of the planet and grab a book hidden and bring it back in a different location in a matter of a blink of an eye, then why couldn't she just take her heart before the lady put a knife in it? I just have a hard time buying that. That particular scene that threw me out of the movie right there. Okay, you have this god who can do anything, but because her heart hurts, she can't. She's gonna stab your heart anyway, so you might as well take one hit and go grab your heart and get out of there. That was hard for me to take. That was a hard one for me to take. I didn't see anything like that in BVS or in Man of Steel, where there was such a discrepancy in power, or what do you call it, such a division of power like that.
Mm-hmm.
I saw it with Lex Luthor, but Lex Luthor was mentally better than Batman and Superman. He was ahead of them, And when Lex Luthor overstepped his bounds with power, he almost died in the hands of what's that, Doomsday.
Yeah.
So Doomsday almost killed him. Superman had to save Lex from Doomsday. So that was a perfect balance of power to me. But Enchantress, you're building a giant machine, but you can't grab the heart that's right there, or arm reach away. All right, I'll leave it alone. But that was a hard one for me to swallow. In that movie.
I just didn't like her being the main villain. I don't have a problem with her power set. I just have a problem with her that being, I guess, the mission. For the Suicide Squad. I wanted a different mission, I think.
No, okay.
Here's one they could have done. Just still do the brother thing, but have him be the evil one, and then have it like a brother and sister thing, so Enchantress is still part of the Suicide Squad. That's what I was expecting her to be part of the squad, not turn into the villain. You showcase her powers taking the book, you know, and everything. So it's kind of cool that I love mages, I love wizards and stuff. So I wanted her on the team, not against them. So that was my problem. But
yeah, I think.
I can see that.
Oh yeah, I think that might have been a better thing too, just to have. Then you don't know if Enchantress is going to betray the Suicide Squad or if she's going to side with her brother. I think that could have worked either. I think that could have worked too.
I agree with that, and in the second movie too. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So I think that there's some kind of a mechanism. I mean, there was some kind of a mechanism in the briefcase that kept her heart there, and that Amanda Waller knew how to control the mechanism and the briefcase and all of that. There was some kind of a mechanism there.
I must have missed that. Okay.
So
I didn't
it's
see
not
that.
like she could, you know, just take her heart. I think that there was something about that, you know.
Okay.
But didn't her brother just take the heart? The brother took it.
Yeah, but her brother, I think, was more powerful than her.
Okay.
He was more powerful than her.
Yeah, so she, you know, brought him back to life, but he on his own is more powerful than her, so he could make that happen because he's not bound to anything.
Yes.
Okay. So how does Suicide Squad tie into BVS Man of Steel, other than the fact of the last post-credit scene?
Yeah, well, this is obviously after Superman died, obviously, because they're talking about Superman. What if, you know, Superman's already dead, and you know, so this is, you know, and I think they even show that scene, right, where they show where the, you know, when they have Superman's funeral, right, where the planes are flying overhead. So this is obviously post, you know, Superman, you know, post Batman v Superman, and before Justice League. Because we always wondered, you know, especially at that post-credit scenes, you always wonder how Batman can find everybody. Edith had the video before in Batman v Superman, but Amanda Waller is the one that actually gives him the location of everybody he has to go find.
I thought that was great. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, so
okay.
I like the way
Although, you know what, I got a little bit confused for one thing. That we saw the Flash at the beginning of the movie, how he caught, you know, Captain Boomerang, and we saw him in the costume that he's supposed to be having after his first costume. This is the high-tech red costume that we saw on the poster as well, you know, along with everybody else. So I'm like, well, if Bruce Wayne didn't find, you know, the Flash yet because he's looking for him, how the Flash got the costume before that?
I think he's gonna have another costume after he meets Bruce Wayne and he joins the Justice League. He's gonna have an initial costume, and I think he's gonna get a new one after he joins up. The costume he had on in Suicide Squad and the costume he had on that you see in that teaser trailer for Justice League is his costume that he put together himself. And then suit. He's gonna have another costume that you haven't seen yet. He's gonna have a more traditional Flash costume once after he meets Bruce Wayne, and because I read that they're gonna he's gonna give him another suit, but the suit he has now is something that he put together himself.
Okay.
Well, but that is the problem, that I think that this is his last costume, and that we didn't see the original costume because there was like a shot in the Justice League trailer where you know, Bruce Wayne was watching something. It wasn't the Flash, but it was like a glove, like a part of a costume, and he was watching that. It was red, and then after that thing we saw the Flash, like, you know, in the costume that he did that when he went to the wall, like, you know. So I got the impression that this was, you know, the new costume, and we didn't even see the previous costume. And
I was under the impression it was the new one too.
Yeah, because it looks very high tech, and it's metal, and it's very, you know, complex. So I thought that this in the movie, in Suicide Squad, in the trailer, is his final costume.
Yeah, I thought it was after Bruce had spoken to him, even though Suicide Squad came before. I thought it was after Bruce met up with all of the, you know, Aquaman, while he was trying to unite the Seven. Yeah, I thought it was.
No, I think because I read, they said that he puts together the Flash costume by stealing like pieces of tech from Wayne Tech and all that stuff. He steals a bunch of pieces and he puts it together himself, Barry Allen, because he's a scientist.
Wow.
And then after he meets Bruce Wayne, he's gonna have a new costume, like probably in the final scene when they have the final epic, battle in Justice League, he's gonna have a whole new suit, which you haven't seen yet. I think the suit he has now and the scene you've seen in Suicide Squad and that little teaser for Justice League is his original suit that he put together himself. I don't think you're gonna see his actual new suit until like the climax of Justice League.
Hey, do y'all like Ezra Miller as the Flash?
Yeah,
he's cool.
Initially, I didn't like Ezra Miller, although I think he's a good actor. But once I saw him in that little teaser thing, he did convince me when I saw him in that little teaser thing.
No, I really hope that you're right, Paul, because I prefer, for him to have another costume than this. So I really hope that you are right.
Yeah, I think he is. I think he will, because I read that somewhere that he's going to get another suit once after he meets Bruce. Bruce is going to upgrade his suit.
Yeah, kind of like Iron Man, upgrading Spider-Man. But I'm just worried that this is the final suit. So I know that he's going to have another one, but my only concern is that God, let that costume that we saw to not be his last costume. That just,
Yeah, I thought that was just a put together suit that they said he put together by himself. He just stitched it together by, So.
I think DC is going to probably upgrade suits. That's the whole thing about these movies. Everybody upgrades suits all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, even Captain America had upgraded suits, and Batman had upgraded suits.
Batman's supposed to have 2 new suits in the Justice League movie. He's supposed to have 2 suits. So
good. Is he going to have Veronica? Is he going to have the big Veronica suit for whoever comes next? What's that guy's name? Steppenwolf.
Steppenwolf, yes.
Yeah.
And I know they said they haven't cast they're gonna have I think he's not gonna look like he looked in Batman v Superman. I think they said they didn't cast the actor yet to play Steppenwolf. They're gonna try to get a famous actor to be Steppenwolf, so they can actually have dialogue with so it's not all.
They don't do what they did with Thanos, man. I really don't like the changes they made with. What's his name? Josh Brolin or whatever. I don't like the guy who they have as Thanos.
Whoa! Josh Brolin is gonna play Thanos, really?
I might be wrong. I'm probably wrong. I don't know who the guy is.
No, you saw him. That's Josh. That's him. That's Josh Brolin.
That's Josh
Brolin.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Okay. I never knew that. Okay.
Yeah, you saw. And what you call it in Guardians, right? He was in Guardians and he was in.
I didn't recognize him.
Scary though.
At the end. That was a CGI. They CGI'd him, but that's Josh Brolin. So that's
okay. No, I never realized that. I didn't notice that. Okay, I'm gonna watch it again and pay attention to that. Okay.
You just see the cast, with IMDb, and you'll see.
Okay.
Who's playing him?
Yeah, I don't look at those things. I should. I don't know why. I have my computer here and I should do it. But, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, I kind of like Ezra Miller now, but I don't think he's the type that is good for the Flash, to play the Flash.
Yeah.
Also, I'm worried that he's going to be super hairy in the movie. Because he is.
Hairy people.
They gave him a haircut and everything, so he cleaned up. Because remember, initially he had that mustache, but they cleaned him up. They gave him the haircut and they cleaned him up.
Oh, yeah, he was in a convenience store with a mustache. And
the long hair.
Yeah.
No, I know what kind of body hair she's talking about, though.
Yeah. I'm not talking about that one. Also, that too, but yeah, I see some pictures on the set and he's really hairy and I'm like, come on, you're looking like a 12-year-old kid, but you're hairy. I mean, that's not logical and it's not.
Actually, it is logical, Gary. I mean, he's got a high metabolism, so
what?
He just a lot of hair.
No, that's nothing to do with the metabolism, Devin.
Gary.
No, it's not. Because on that logic, I mean, girls should be hairy too, and they have high metabolism. But metabolism is just for the weight and how your body processes food and energy and so on. It's not about your hair. It's just the hormones, testosterone, and all of that. So he must have too much testosterone or something.
Okay, I just have a question.
It can't be testosterone. I don't have hair, and I got a lot of testosterone. Go ahead, what you say, Paul?
I have a question about Justice League, or maybe it's just speculation. Do you think there'll be a 7th member in the Justice League just because?
Oh yeah.
Just because remember he came out with the poster where Aquaman unite the 7.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
but see, the
I think
thing
you
is,
said
who
you want
is it?
Hawk Girl, right? Yeah.
No, that's what I was hoping, but
You
I
were
don't know
hoping,
that
yeah.
for sure. But I don't know that for sure. I'm
You
just,
got Hot Girl, you got Green Lantern, you have Shazam. They're
Yeah.
playing around with us here. They don't. They won't tell us who it is.
yeah, maybe they'll keep that a secret, which it'd be cool if they pop up, you know, a seventh member.
We have 5 for now.
Yeah, because I don't think it's going to be Mira, even though I think Mira is going to be in this movie. Amber Heard's going to be in this movie. I think she is in this movie, but I don't think she's going to be an official member of the Justice League anyway.
Who did you say? Mirror? There's a character named Mirror?
Yeah,
That's Aquaman's wife.
That's why.
Okay, Mirror. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that much about DC. You know, like I said, I'm a Marvel guy, but you know, it's tough.
But Salaga, you remember in Arkham Asylum, the Suicide Squad video you have right there?
Yeah.
When they went after, their whole purpose for building the Suicide Squad in that animated series was so that they could deal with. They were trying to break out somebody out of Arkham.
Oh yeah, some guy, Riddler. That's it. I think it was Riddler, and he had some kind of secret or something. And Amanda Waller, I think it was Amanda Waller, had a secret mission for them to go in there, and then she told one of the members of Suicide Squad, gave him an even more secret mission to kill that person when he find Riddler when he finds Riddler.
Ah, that's right.
Yeah, that's what it was. I remember. It's been a while since I've seen it, but yeah.
Okay, but so in the movie, the purpose of the Suicide Squad was to go against metahumans, though, right? It was different.
Yeah, it was to fight metahumans, and
Yeah, they're incapable of fighting metahumans at their skill set. The only person who could do it is Enchantress.
Or El Diablo, right? He was the only
Or
one.
El Diablo, yeah, El Diablo, yeah.
He's the only one with powers. Everybody else.
Here's something I don't get. They went to the place that scene where Amanda Waller shot up her own crew, right? For seeing too much.
Right.
Because it was supposed to be like a big reveal or surprise. You know, she's in there this whole time. You thought she was in some other secret base, but she was really trapped in the city. How is it that she puts them together? There's this trouble, and then she puts them together. She already paid Will Smith a visit in the thing. You know, when he was showing his gun skills, when he was shooting through the targets. She's already there. Why'd she go back to the place when she's already out? You know what I mean? Like, I don't get that.
I know what you're talking about, saying, but I think there was a time thing between the time that she was there and then she went back, and then she went back to her, to her base.
Oh, okay.
Then Enchantress broke out. And then Enchantress broke out when, remember, her and Rick Flag were in the hotel room, and then that's when she broke out. I think that was after that. So.
Okay, yeah, like I said. Okay, I see.
Do you guys buy the Joker and Harley relationship?
Oh, they made it. Normally, like in the comics, at least in the animated series, it was more Harley. She was more after him, and the Joker just tolerated her. In this, they kind of made it like a real love story because he kept coming after her, right?
I kind of like that though. I like how they have like more of a romance. It was different because I am like you said, I'm used to like in the animated. You don't care so much like the anime, the 1990s animated thing when it was called Harley Quinn, where Harley Quinn had to team up with Batman, because Batman broke her out and then team up, stop the Joker. He's got the mirror and he's gonna let off this nuke. And at the end he's like, now hold on, Bats. No one said anything about hurting Mr. J. He goes, and then Robin was there and he's like, and who cares? He's going to blow up everything, despite the fact that he was just going to leave you rotting in prison if Batman hadn't rescued you and blown up the nukes. And don't forget your two pet hyenas. He goes, oh yeah, and what about our pals like Riddler and Penguin and all those guys? Oh, they'll be fine. And Killer Croc, because now she started worrying about their friends, their enemy friends.
Right.
Yeah, and the Joker's like, shut up, bird boy. He doesn't want Harley to know like he was just really going to leave her. So that caused them to fight, and Batman was able to get out of it. But that was a great episode. Harley Quinn is called. The 1990s Batman. Go check that out. But that's what I'm talking about. He didn't really give a shit about it so much, but in here I like how there's that romance. So I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, but there's supposed to be a love triangle between Joker, Harley, and Deadshot, right?
Oh, sure. I didn't know that. Okay.
They kind of played that down in this movie because they played that aspect down. I mean, they were friends. You could tell, Deadshot and her were friends because remember he had the chance to shoot her, but he didn't shoot her.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I thought they became friends. Okay.
Yeah, they did, I think, but what's in the comics, it doesn't have to be, all in the movie, because she could
Okay.
have, relationship with Deadshot always in another movie, and this here to be something like the beginning of their kind of twisted friendship.
Okay.
So it's perfectly understandable if they could put just like a hint that they're like buddies or something, could be or not be there. It's perfectly enough for this movie. We already have enough things, in it. And overall, the relationship with the Joker, I did buy it. I'm always, you could say, I'm very interested in that direction, how Harley became in love with the Joker exactly. I mean, what did he do to, make her fall in love with him? Or
Exactly.
she maybe was nuts before that, because she is, psychiatrist, so she met a lot of not crazy people in her life. So maybe there's something fascinating in terms of professional, professional. I don't know. I mean, something about that she was fascinated with the Joker. So against her better judgment, she just fell in love with him. I think that something like that happened.
She has a thing for the bad boys. You can see it when she was trying to psych evaluate who, I don't know what you call it, but when they were across the table, and you can see she was infatuated with the guy. Or she has a thing for the bad boys. You know how sometimes that can happen. And then she was really pushed over the edge. That scene, I don't know if you caught that, and you probably did. But the thing where he shocked her brain, yeah.
Yeah, it shocked her brain.
That messed with that sealed the deal right there. That she's locked in that moment of love with him.
Well, yeah. So you're saying that by him giving her the electric treatment is what made? No, I thought she was in love with him before that, though, right?
Right. But I'm saying because of the shock, because she didn't need that really. She was just infatuated, But it locked her probably into that infatuation, that love sick thing with Joker. And Joker, they kind of went a different direction and made him actually love her. But it seems like she's the only one that he really cares about, and that's kind of cool. I like that to see. Joker now has someone that he went through lengths just to try to break her out twice on the chopper, and then at the end, that was I got goosebumps. I'm getting it now just by thinking about it and talking about it. But yeah.
I love the fact that he went all out to go get her.
Yeah,
and he did everything he could to get his woman back. I loved it, but I wasn't sold on the beginning. Like you said, the first scene, I saw the jealousy with the actor's name was Common. I don't know what the character was, but I saw that jealousy weirdness. Let me give you Harley. Okay, I give you Harley. Don't talk bad about Harley. And here, you're going to kill you because you want my Harley. I get that craziness. But I didn't find the fall in love time that they had. I think they could have sold that a little bit better. I just didn't see how she took to the Joker so easy.
Oh,
but
wait
I mean,
a
that's
second.
neat. Go ahead.
I got something. So I think that because they showed how they had sessions together, she was like his personal therapist in a way, and she had lots and lots of sessions. So during that time, if she had some kind of a professional fascination with his character, let's say that made her fall in love with him, and then after, when she captured her, when he shot her, that shock made her have brain damage, because that's perfectly possible. And from that, she went crazy just like him. So she was still in love with him, one, and second, she was crazy because she got brain damage from that shock. So he just made her crazy like him, and at the same time she stayed in love with him. So the two things, when they mixed together, she became Harley Quinn. So that's it.
That's what Falagar was saying. He said the same thing, but it was before what made her fall in love with him. I would have liked to see a bit of the therapy session where he converted her, I guess is what I'm saying, where she's talking to him and she's trying to treat him, and he's like, don't you want to talk more about us? Or something weird like that, to show the crossover.
I like the take of the electroshock therapy, how there's two different versions. There's that one, and then in this one, if you guys recall, she was like looking forward to those shock treatments, if you remember, because the electroshock therapy, this is going to be fun. She enjoyed it.
Yeah.
If you guys remember that, yeah.
Yeah. Well,
go ahead.
because Sam said that, you know, when he did that electroshock therapy on her, so to speak, therapy, you know, Sam said that that locked her into that moment, and I'm saying that just brain damaged her. So the two things mixed together, craziness and love. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I mean, I get it. You know, what I'm doing is I'm imposing more of what I would have rather seen, opposed to what the story told me. So, I don't know, it's a good story. I like the story. I know the story a bit already. I don't know. They had a lot to say in this movie, and they cut a lot of that stuff out. Like the Soul Sword. I think they could have left Katana out of the movie. I think they could have left a few characters out of the movie and just concentrated on a few, and then built the team a little bit better later, a little broader later. I don't think they needed to introduce absolutely every character in this one movie.
Now Katana is made up, is that correct? Or is she also real?
No, she was part of it as well.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Shows what I know. Okay, I see.
Yeah, she's in the comics, Sammy.
Like I said, I'm a Marvel guy. Okay.
They're not made up. I mean, they're all from the comics, and Katana is a very famous character. She was even on Arrow.
What?
Captain Boomerang was on Arrow.
I know Captain Boomerang. It's just like I wasn't sure about it. Maybe because it looked different. Maybe it's throwing me off. But I gotta ask you though, with Enchantress, okay, is it that same actress that was like? Yeah, I know she's like in a movie called Paper Town, and she's like a model or something. This actress.
Yes.
But okay, that's her. But here's the thing. My question is this: when she was in secret identity form, like as an archaeologist, it's her. When you put her in that costume, like what you see in this photo that I have right now, before she went into the full-on bathing suit thing at the end doing the dance, but when she was in like looking like with the black belt, was that also the same actress, or did you got someone new?
Yeah, that's her.
That's still her?
That's
because she just looks different. Wow, okay.
That's Cara Delevingne, right?
Good.
That's her name?
Yeah, something like that. A good makeup job then. Okay.
Hey, I really love that Enchantress makeup job.
Yeah.
She's very, very, very beautiful.
Wow.
I'm like.
She looks totally different person. Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazingly looking.
Okay. Wow.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't have any problems with Katana being in the movie, because I think that the characters that are not that important, you know, like her and Killer Croc to a certain extent, they brought up very good flavor to the movie, and I enjoyed everything that I saw, you know, with Katana and her part of the story, although it was super brief part, but I felt her as a character, and yeah, I do love, you know, to see more of every character story, but for what they did for her and Killer Croc, I was perfectly satisfied with that, because they were both very interesting and cool characters. So I think that they brought up everybody, because like always in the movies, you don't know if you're going to get a sequel, you don't know anything, so just, you know, bring more characters and do what you can with them, and something like that. I mean, I'm just, you know, saying what the movie studio must have thought, you know, their thought process on this. But I love every character, and Rick Flag, that I call, you know, my, what his, the other role that he played, damn it, not Terminator, RoboCop. Yeah, I mean, I'm like, yeah, I love RoboCop.
Oh,
He's
shit,
so cool.
okay. And I think RoboCop, I think Peter Weller, but yeah, okay.
Yeah, he was in the remake.
Yeah, okay.
Well, I like him as RoboCop. He's very handsome and very cool, very strong RoboCop. Very cool looking.
I had a feeling you'd like him, yeah.
Yeah. He's cool. Well, Devin disappeared, or?
Yeah, what the? Okay, yeah, it went on mute. Yeah.
Oh yeah, it did go on mute. Let's see, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I'm here.
Oh,
I was just talking to my coworkers.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you're working at the same time. I love it.
Yeah.
No problem. So
Yeah, Suicide Squad. You say it ties to BVS properly. It's a good addition to the movie. You know, when we look at the Katana scene, back to what you were saying, Katana was cool on her own. She was just a ninja. But that soul-stealing sword, I mean, that just brings up way more questions. When she fought against people, I would love to have seen the sword taking souls from people. I would have liked to see more of the impact of that. I would like to have talked to the sword a little bit more. She prayed at the end when she had to go against the enchantress, but it had nothing to do with the sword. I would have liked to see more interaction and more of her power set dealing with that situation, opposed to her just.
She actually talked to her husband because we found out that, you know, her enemy, I mean, the brother of her husband or something, killed her brother, I mean, her husband, and now with her sword, so now, you know, her husband is in the sword, so she just talked to her husband. She didn't pray, she just, you know, had a conversation with him real fast. She was very upset, and that was it. I mean, we found out, you know, about how she is and how the sword kind of works through that scene. I mean, it's not enough, but yeah, for this movie, you know.
Oh, I think they just introduced Katana and Enchantress, so they can introduce, you know, mystical elements. So when you do Justice League eventually, and then you can introduce Dr. Fate down the line, and what's her name? The other one that does the magic.
Zatanna.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
There was Zatanna, right?
Zatanna, yes. I think, yeah. So now they introduce supernatural elements into the DC universe. So now you can bring in other characters that have those power sets.
Yeah. Okay.
What about the Enchantress army? The blob-faced guys that's running around there like Power Ranger.
Yeah, they were just bodies to be killed, but it's cannon fodder, basically.
Cannon fodder.
Cannon fodder.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, just like in the Avengers, basically, with all those robots.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that was horrible. Yeah.
Yeah, the robots, you know, Ultron, and don't forget the first Avengers, the other, you know.
You're always gonna have to have a cannon fodder, though, of course. I mean, otherwise, I mean, that's. Oh, and if you think about it, all movies have. Look, even Commando had cannon fodder.
Yeah.
Who did?
Even Commando, you know, and Rambo, you know. The
Arnold
movies. I'm talking about, I'm talking about all
wow.
movies is gonna have some.
They call them red shirts too. Red shirts.
Yeah, red shirts.
Oh,
So
red shirt. Yeah, Star Trek thing.
Yeah, you cannot fault the film for having that. You know,
They're gonna have to be around to get killed. Yeah.
right. Otherwise, it won't make for an exciting film.
Okay, so they had at the end, Enchantress is forming this giant machine. Because why was she mad at everybody anyway? Was it just a heart?
Because what she said, no, what she said that that humans stopped worshiping them, so this is going to make them right.
Yeah.
Didn't you see that the humans stopped worshiping her because she had a conversation with her brother. She said humans stopped worshiping them. They used to worship them as gods. So now this machine, she's going to have all of them worship them.
That's what it is. Okay.
Yeah. You know, when you are ancient creature from another dimension and you were a god sometime, and you are, you know, comparing to the people of the earth, you will have like a big ego, like a huge ego. They will think that no one can touch them, no one can kill them, so they get, you know, carried away in their power stuff, and they're like, oh yeah, they can't touch us, we are just going to make this weapon here and wait for them. And we don't care because we are all powerful and all knowing and all of that. So they have this big ego that always makes them get into trouble, and that is their weakness actually, because because they don't have power weakness exactly, but they do have this. So the other characters, you know, the heroes, could swoop in and beat their asses basically. So I give that.
I like that, Gary.
Yeah.
I really like that storytelling right there. If Suicide Squad was to fight against that type of thing specifically, but they kind of backed into that. Suicide Squad formed that problem themselves and then had to go deal with that problem, because if Amanda Waller would have left them people alone, or if she had a better control over those deities that she had, this whole problem that they actually generated themselves would have happened.
Yeah, I guess there wouldn't have been a movie if they had just locked Enchantress up, right? They kept her locked up, so she couldn't. Remember, she was just basically running free with Rick Flag, right? He was the only one really controlling her, right? He was walking around with her.
Right.
And that was Amanda Waller's way of controlling Rick Flag. You know what I mean? And she had the heart. So
he was in love with her. Yeah.
Yeah, and that whole thing that you brought up. Yeah, the
That's
ego
an ego
thing.
problem again.
Just take a look at that. Just take a look at Apocalypse, in the Age of Apocalypse. See how people stopped worshiping him, I guess, in the Egyptian time. So now he wants to rule them. I'm talking about Age of Apocalypse. Yeah.
Yeah, the ego problem again,
The
and
ego problem.
I don't think that Amanda. I'm just so hard to say her last name. So sorry for my tongue. But yeah, it's very hard to switch to that. But anyways, so I think that because of her ego, again, she didn't think that actually Enchantress could do something else. Like, you know, when Doctor, I forgot her name, her real name, you know, of the character.
Right.
Yeah.
Dr. What was her name, damn it, of Enchantress, I mean of the human that she possessed. Anyways, okay, so that girl that was so unfortunate enough to be possessed by, you know, Enchantress, they didn't know that, you know, Enchantress could trick her to say her name, so when she sleeps, so she could turn into Enchantress. So that was very tricky. I don't think that they could have known that. And you know, Amanda Waller.
Yeah.
Oh, damn it.
Waller.
Just think
Waller.
and add an R at the end.
Waller.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to practice that. Okay, so she
Say
put
again.
about that
Say Waller.
Waller.
Oh
Okay.
wow, that's awesome.
That's awesome.
Okay, so you know, she put that huge book on the table for the other guys on the table to see, you know, when she
Right.
had that gathering at the beginning, and she was like, here all we know for, you know, about Enchantress. And I'm like, if this is all that you know, it's probably something that you don't know, because this is just, you know, some archaeological, can't talk today. Okay, so just some science guys that, you know, research her, and that's always not enough, you know, for everything that she is. I'm sure that some kind of a detail was missed, and that detail that was missed kind of got all the team into trouble. But the initial idea of, you know, Amanda was that to bring this team to do her dirty work without having to take the blame for that after that. So I think that she was going to make them do some kind of a mission, but because, you know, all hell broke loose.
Okay.
Yeah, because of that, you know, everything went sideways. But the initial idea of the Suicide Squad is good, you know. She thought of them like special ops, I think. So she did say meta-humans because, you know, some of them do have, you know, meta abilities, yes. And yeah, so she did say that, so they probably could deal with kind of, you know, lower level meta-humans in a way. So that is her idea, to try and see this instead of, you know, sacrificing her normal soldiers to do this, because all that she has are basically normal soldiers, except the Suicide Squad. So that's just a startup idea that it was good idea in the roots of the idea, but just all things went to hell, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, you mean sacrificing soldiers like they did with that Eastwood guy, where he tried to put the bomb up under Diablo and the brother, and then blew himself up?
Yeah.
That type of sacrifice. That was the real Suicide Squad right there.
Well, she had to, you know, put some soldiers there at least to monitor, you know, to watch over those guys. But in general, you know, she would have to put like the team of 10 guys, 20 guys, send them to a mission, they get killed, send another 20. But this way, it's less casualties, I think, because they're so crazy and so skilled, you know. So it's less chance of them to get hurt, and they're very selfish, so they are going to try to keep alive.
Yeah. Amanda's a badass, man. She definitely went in there and just, yeah, this is above your clearance. They're not supposed to know this stuff. Let's just kill them all.
Man. Let's kill 5 straight people, man.
And I thought I was cold or something like that.
Yeah, right?
Will Smith, yeah.
Yeah, that was cool, yeah.
You know what I was saying earlier on when we were talking about, I was telling you how this was like the Fantastic Four to me. And it was not just the cuts of the editing that happened to this movie. At the end of the movie, when Enchantress was doing this big cloud machine thing, it reminded me of Doctor Doom creating this machine to kill the Earth on another dimension that started spinning and funneling. It's the same type of cloud thing that happened with the other Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer and Apocalypse, and all these movies keep doing this spinning cloud weird thing. Even
Don't
Man of
forget the
Steel kind of
Avengers.
did a little bit.
Don't forget the Avengers.
Oh, they did that with the Tesseract, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of movies that keep doing that same type of world destruction with spinning debris in the air thing. Which is, I don't really get that thing at all.
Don't forget the Flash season 1.
The what season?
What?
The what season one?
The Flash season 1 at the end.
Exactly, yeah.
Open a wormhole.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Always another portal to some kind of weird thing going on. You know.
Well, in Man of Steel was a bit of different because it was just like a black hole that sucked everything in instantly. So the other thing was just a machine that just made this circle with the metal parts and so that I don't count that. But this is a portal. In the Avengers was a portal. In the Flash season 1 was a portal. What else?
about Ghostbusters? Did Ghostbusters have a portal?
That's a portal.
Oh, okay. There's another portal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
open up the dimensions for the ghost to come in. For the ghost to come in, yeah.
But it was in the ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Oh,
I
it was in
don't-
the ground.
don't
Okay, cool.
really, Yeah, I don't really mind, but yeah, maybe they should think of something else finally to not,
Yeah, something a little
reach.
different.
Yeah, they need to do something a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, if you're going to do something massive to the Earth, that's kind of logical to do. That is why they always, what we're going to do, we'll make a portal. I mean, it's kind of logical, but in the same time, it gets repetitive, especially when you have it in both Marvel and DC, and at the same time, almost.
Yeah.
So,
All across Hollywood. Yeah, it's all over Hollywood.
yeah, that's annoying, but I don't really mind it. I mean, don't
Oh, okay.
really. If they do it like one more time, yes, I'm going to be annoyed. But
Then
for now,
you get a screen.
I accept it like to each movie, it has a purpose, so I accept it, and that way of thought. Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't really. Yeah, they didn't
Let me
really.
ask a question. If they were to make a sequel to Suicide Squad, would you like new members to be in the Suicide Squad, or?
I think we need more development on the members we have.
Yeah.
But I'm sure they're gonna add one because we lost one, right? We lost Slipknot.
You lost Slipknot and you lost El Diablo.
Diablo.
El Diablo.
And
Yeah,
Enchantress.
Yeah, Enchantress. Yeah,
Yeah, we lost 3.
Yeah, technically, yeah, she's gone.
So we lost a lot of power, though. We
And-
lost those
and
two
you
were
lost-
very powerful.
And you lost, I guess, if you think logically, you lost Harley Quinn, right? Because wasn't the Joker rescuing her at the
And
end?
you lost Harley Quinn too. Yeah, you did.
So all you have is Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and who else? I think that's it.
Killer Croc.
Killer Croc.
We have Katana.
Well, Katana's not, she's more like a bodyguard. She's not really
Yeah, she wasn't really part of the squad anyway. Yeah.
like a
And
bodyguard.
Captain Boomerang.
Yeah. So all you got is really 3 guys. You only got really 3 people. So you can bring in technically more people.
Hey, bring a wasn't there what's her name? Like Live? No, I don't think, well, I mean, I guess they could change it up a bit. Add people like Livewire. I think Killer Frost. Add Killer Frost.
Yeah, you can do that.
Get
I
some
don't
more
really
females
care,
on the team.
actually, but I'm just interested to see what they're going to do from here if they are doing something. But I don't really care. I mean, who they're going to add.
Okay.
Yeah. What's
Oh,
that
what happened?
black screen?
Yeah, I think Paul dropped.
Oh, the connection again,
I think
maybe.
it's connection.
Yes, I had to step away myself. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Oh, okay, Devin. Well, I'm super glad that we had you here. It's always a pleasure.
We signing off? We done?
Wait, here, Paul, hold on. Pause
But
this
I'm
guy,
just
pause
saying.
that guy. No.
Oh.
She's just saying, yeah.
I'm just
Oh,
saying.
okay, no, yeah, I love being a host. I love it. You know, as you can tell, I'm kind of passionate about it. I thought what Trey Pastor was going to ask was if there's a second movie, would I go see it? Because I was going to say, oh yeah, I'm in for the long haul. I love it. I really like the DCU. I just hope they don't make too many changes. You know, like in the sense of, I really, really like Wonder Woman. I think Wonder Woman is a great continuation of where they were going. I don't know if I'm invested in BVS as much as Wonder Woman yet. You know, I just hope they don't they'll go too silly with the show and all that stuff. But I like that they're actually moving forward and making progress. But man, I really can't wait for Wonder Woman. That's my most anticipated movie.
Wonder Woman looks great to me.
Yeah.
She looks more than great. I mean, more than everything that I could imagine. You know, Wonder Woman being on the big screen. Oh, and also I totally forgot. Damn it. Oh yeah, Man of Steel 2.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh yeah, they're coming out with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I don't know what they're going to do. They have to come up with some kind of a villain that Superman is going to fight mostly on his own. I'm sure that some of the other people are going to appear in the movie, like Batman at least, Wonder Woman just for a second, maybe the Flash just for a second, but he has to do with this on his own. So maybe it's going to be like other planet story or something. I don't know. But I'm just very excited because they could bring, you know, the Fortress of Solitude somehow, you know, the Ice Fortress finally. He could become that more cheerful Superman from the comics, because when he's, you know, coming back from the dead, he's going to be maybe changed, his view of the world maybe. Something is going to happen, and they are going to do some kind of a change, because they already said that they are going to try to get the character right, although for me it is right, but the way that they are gone from Man of Steel to, you know, BVS, I think that's because I see this as an evolution of the character. He could be, you know, becoming more cheerful and more, you know, a bit more positive and light, I think. So we'll see, baby.
Yeah. Who's going to direct it?
I prefer Zack Snyder always, but he's not going to direct that for sure.
No, they'll get somebody. I think they're going to get somebody else to direct it. I don't know who though, but I think they are going to get somebody else. I know they're talking about George Miller maybe.
Oh, that'd be really strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zack Snyder is not going to be able to direct it, and not only that, but they will want like a different look to the movie in some ways.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Now I wonder, how do you guys think, just real quick, I guess sideways with getting into, I guess, with Batman vs Superman real quick, with, I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but it was supposed to have been made back when, you know, the movie Troy, around that time. Wolfgang Peterson, okay, he was supposed to direct it, and he had a choice between Troy or Batman vs Superman, and he picked Troy, you know, the one with Achilles and with Brad Pitt. Everything.
Yeah.
So I wonder how that would have been interesting to have checked out that version, how that would have unfolded.
I mean, I liked what he did with Troy. I liked the imagery, and the story was okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think Wolfgang, he also did like Never-Ending Story. I think that's him. I could be wrong. But.
Well, you know, Sammy, I think the times were very, very different back then, and look at what they did with Superman Returns. It wasn't very on par. It wasn't, you know, like the old movies, the original with Christopher Reeve movies. It tried to be, but it was, you know, in the early 2000s. And now it's a totally different world and cinema that we live in. So I'm not sure that was going to be good. It was going to be between the old and the new.
I didn't find Batman versus, not Batman, what is it? What you just said, Superman Returns with Brandon Routh.
Yeah.
I didn't find it all that bad. It was alright to me. I kind of dug that, and then the whole thing at the end with the Kryptonite, Kryptonite Island, and then Superman goes down there, and then he has no power really. The two thugs were able to kind of face off against him. I had fun with that one, and I thought that Kevin Spacey made an excellent Lex Luthor. Oh God, yes. You know, I had that Kryptonite knife. I thought it was not a bad film. I actually kind of liked that. The Gatling gun, and then he ran out of bullets at the beginning, you know, and where he revealed his return. And then the guy comes up to Superman, point blank with the pistol, you see the bullet go in slow motion, hit his
Oh, that
eyeball,
was cool.
and
that was really cool.
that was fantastic. So I
that
liked
was
it.
cool. Yeah, that
I
was
still
cool.
I enjoyed it. Yeah, it's not like the Chris Reeves one, but I think to me personally, I felt he still embodied that classic Superman from that era of Chris Reeves. You know, he had the look, the way his face is, kind of like a kinder face, not so much like a sharp kind of like mean kind of look to him, like what's that guy, Henry Cavill. But yeah, so that's I still thought it didn't deserve that much hate like it got. You know, I still thought it was still.
I thought it
wasn't that bad.
All the hate he got.
It wasn't bad, but I mean that compared to today's movies and how everything is, it's kind of lame in many aspects.
Lame.
The costume was lame. Yeah, the S was too small. He had the shorts on. This here, you know, that part of the costume was so close to his neck that you can see how it's so tight. It's ridiculous. And the cape was coming out of here directly. It was also super tight. And Brandon Ralph, I like him, but he has too thin of a face of a jar to be, you know, that, you know, Superman. I mean, his face is too thin. So many other things. I mean, he didn't do much in the movie. He didn't do, you know, much action, fights, nothing really epic. Kevin Spacey was over the top, crazy. Kind of like the previous Lex Luthor from the old movie. So, like I said, this is like a combination between the old movies and the new way of the 2000s. So it wasn't in the one direction and it wasn't in the other direction. It was kind of mixed. It was trying to be two things, and it wasn't on place. It was good as a whole, as a movie just to watch, but as a Superman movie that you're thinking like, is this movie is doing, you know, Superman justice and what the character should be in more modern ages? I think it does not do it justice.
I don't see how you could build off of that movie too much. That would be interesting. I didn't find the Kryptonite Island interesting in any kind of capacity. Wow. I know that they were trying to build on that Superboy aspect with the boy pushing with the inhaler, the boy pushing the piano, but couldn't break out of the cellar or break out of the food locker or whatever. I see that they were trying to build with it, but it was totally not that interesting enough. I'm way more invested in the BVS, but I know some people love the Returns thing. It wasn't.
I didn't say I really loved it. I just didn't think it was that bad as what I enjoyed it still. It still entertained me. But you know, my favorites obviously I go with, you know, I love the Christopher Reeves one, you know, love the classic stuff, and I wanted to say real quick, Gare, show your nails. That's really nice.
They're not
multicolored.
They're mostly gone.
Yeah.
I have to redo them.
Oh, they're mostly gone. Okay. Oh,
yeah,
that's like the Harley Quinn thing. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but her nails are also mostly gone.
Okay. Oh,
depending what you know, what part of the movie you're watching, because they're almost like, you know, destroyed the color. So yeah, it's still movie accurate.
Yeah, that's cool.
Right. That's cool. Movie accurate. You know, I planned on going to what do you call it? What's that thing called? Comic-Con. You know, but it fell through. I'm glad at least we got Gary on here who's dressed appropriately for the role. Although Trey Passer has a mask, and I'm surprised he's not on this hangout with the bat mask that he wears on so many of his videos.
That's supposed to be
secret identity. Now you just revealed it. Now they know. You see? Now they know.
I'm sorry.
Killed me. Now I can't wear it anymore. See, you killed me.
I'm horrible with keeping secrets, man. I'm the worst.
Now I have to kill you now.
Oh, don't kill me. You gotta catch me first.
Yeah.
Jump in my Flash costume and run away from me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so anyway, Suicide Squad, I mean, I appreciate y'all telling me about it. It was okay. Yeah. I really don't see it. I'm having a hard time, but I can't even go see it again.
Yeah.
I don't want to go that road again.
I think you should. We all should see it again. Oh, wait a second. Have a phone call.
Oh,
sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
That was the Wonder Woman theme, by the way.
Oh, nice.
All right, so can we go over to Netflix real quick? I thought y'all were gonna do that anyway. You gonna talk about Netflix or no? Yeah.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the Defenders and all that stuff?
Defenders, Luke Cage, Iron Fist.
Okay, we can delve into that.
I am looking forward to Luke Cage and Iron Fist. Yes, I'm definitely looking forward to those.
Really?
Oh yes.
I would love to see Iron Fist up against Karnak. Yeah, that would be great.
Karnak. When are they gonna finally do that? When are they gonna bring in the Inhumans? Inhumans would be phenomenal, but
yeah.
I'm a little worried about Disney doing the Inhumans.
It's okay.
I thought they were pushing that back. I thought they weren't going to do the Inhumans now. But they had said they weren't going to do them. I know they had originally said they were going to make a movie, but I think they said they weren't now. They kind of pushed that back.
Yeah, exactly.
Really?
Oh, speaking of pushing back to DC, what's going on with Shazam? What's going on with Rock?
Well, they haven't cast Shazam yet.
Oh yeah, I hope that is going to be John Cena, but probably not.
John Cena?
That would be so cool.
Yeah, I know. Perfect.
Yeah, but he doesn't really look the role though.
I think they might get what's his face?
Channing Tatum, I think, is what you said you wanted.
Yeah, I thought he might be good because him and The Rock have been in the G.I. Joe movie together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, but
The Rock is going to be in there? I didn't know that.
Well, he's going to be Black Adam. You know,
I did not know that. Okay, I see. That's what I was wondering why you brought that up, and I was like, The Rock. Okay, I see now.
So, you know, they haven't cast, Shazam yet. So, I think that movie's not coming out to 2020, right? I think, or 2018 or something.
It sounds like they're pushing it back if it's 2020.
Yeah, I think 2020 or something. Yeah.
But you know. Okay.
No, I'm done. Go ahead.
Okay. I just wanted to say that Channing Tatum is not suitable to be opposite The Rock because The Rock is huge and he's the most buff and muscular actor there in the DC universe and in any universe actually. So the only guy that could compare to that is John Cena in terms of size and muscular development because Channing Tatum is like a stick compared to The Rock. So it's not logical for him to be, Shazam. It has to be somebody that is big enough and not to be, big guy like this guy.
On that note, though, it has to have someone with acting chops. You can't always go by the appearance. Let me give you an example. They picked Jason Scott Lee to play Bruce Lee in Dragon the Bruce Lee story, but he didn't look really so close to Bruce Lee. They could have gotten another Asian guy that really resembled Bruce Lee, like a little bit thinner, but they went with someone that actually had some training in acting, so that sometimes is more important because it brings out the spirit of the character they're trying to portray, and that might be the case with what Paul, Trey Pastor here, was saying about with the good chemistry working off of Rock.
They're going to cast Vin Diesel.
And yeah, look at Ben Diesel ain't as big as The Rock. And they had him actually fight him. And which one was the fourth? It was the fourth movie, I think.
Fourth or fifth? Oh, the fourth. Yeah.
They actually fought, and it was ridiculous because The Rock is so much bigger than Vin Diesel. But the camera angles they make it look like Vin Diesel was almost as tall as he was, which of course he's not in real life. So they could play that. And remember, Henry Cavill is not as big as Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck like 6'4", right? I think Ben Affleck's like 6'4". I think Henry Cavill's is like 6'1" or something. So you could always play with with the camera angles and stuff to make it. I know The Rock is big. The Rock is like 6'4". Yeah, and I think Channing Tatum is only probably like 6 feet maybe.
Yeah, and he's very thin, guys. He's very thin, and plus John Cena has become a very, very good actor. If you've seen his last movies with, Sisters, and before that, damn it, I forgot, but he is playing everything so perfectly that he can play anything. I watch all his movies. Yeah. You just have to see that he really can, and Channing Tatum cannot become as big. He will need like 2 years and steroids for that, so you don't have time.
What the hell happened there?
See, the thing with John Cena though is a lot of people hate him, a lot of people love him, so I don't think they're gonna put him in that movie because a lot of people hate John Cena, a lot of people love John Cena. It's like either hate or love. There's no in between with John Cena. So I don't think they're gonna make him be Captain Marvel. I think they're gonna go with either they're gonna pick an unknown or they're gonna pick an established actor that's just a big guy. Like maybe what's that guy that was in the guy that's engaged to the woman from Modern Family. What's his name? Joe, who tried out for Superman. What's his name? Joe. I can't get his last name, but he's a big guy. Woo! He's in. I can't remember his name, but his name is Joe something, and he's in.
Hey, Malik.
Welcome,
He's
Malik.
a big guy. Joe Magdalena. That's the guy. I think that's the guy. He actually tried out for Superman, and he didn't get picked, of course. But he's a big guy.
I have no idea who is that. Have to check. But Channing Tatum is not that he is beloved by all the audiences, so it doesn't matter who they were going to pick. I think it's just best in the terms of looks and acting chops. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, well, I thought it was strange that they would bring in, what's his name, The Rock so early on casting before they casted anyone else other than Henry Cavill. I mean, that was a very early casting of a villain that may or may not ever happen. I still think he's pulling the wool over our eyes and he's actually Shazam.
Oh, who knows? Yeah, it's possible. Although he's kind of a bit older to be Shazam. I mean, Shazam is always presented as a younger guy, because he's a kid first, and then he becomes grown-up but younger guy. So, not sure. Where Black Adam, is more mature and all of that.
Yeah, that's true. He does look like Black Adam. He does.
You think he looks more like Black Adam than Shazam?
Yeah, he does look like Black Adam. Oh, yes. You look just like Black Adam.
Yeah, okay, maybe so.
Especially if he's with his black hair and his, the side, however those things were called.
Sideburns.
Yeah. With sideburns, he's just as Black Adam.
I would love to see the Henry Cavill Black Adam fight, just like they had it in that Superman and Shazam versus Black Adam in the animated series.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be such a powerful fight. It'd be like Zod fight with magic in it.
Yeah.
It'd be so good.
Yeah, a lot of lightning bolts and flashes and all of that.
Oh yeah. I think Zack Snyder did a great job. People don't give him credit for that scene where, whoever invented that scene where Cavill, Superman, decides, I'm going to take Doomsday out into space. Yeah. And the U.S. government says, nah, just nuke them both. Get rid of all the problems. Cavill dies out in space, and they show him revitalized by the sun or whatever, and his skin regenerates. I thought that was amazing looking.
I like that. I love that scene.
Oh, it was so good. And it was a great omen to the fact that he comes back alive in the casket there. I thought it was going to be incredible.
Hey, real quick, we should get Malik's opinion on Suicide Squad, since you just got here.
Malik, scale of 0 to 10, what do you think about Suicide Squad?
Oh, Suicide Squad was a 10 all the way from top to bottom. I mean, that shit was awesome.
Wow.
Every actor nailed their character. The Boomerang guy, Harley Quinn especially, Deadshot. And it's good to see that it's a spinoff from the Batman vs Superman, because you had a black fella selling Superman shirts, remember, in the beginning. And Viola Davis did a great job as that crooked government agent. I'm hoping somebody kills her before too long. It looks like that's coming. I think Deadshot might end up killing her after a while, or Harley Quinn.
Yeah. You can't kill a man of this one.
At the end of this one. Remember? Yeah. This one, you ever saw this one? This is.
Oh, that's right. They did.
I got that.
Yeah. They sure did.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Oh, you're talking about the TV show?
No,
the animated thing. Yeah.
The TV show. They narrowly killed her. Yeah.
But they might not kill her just yet. But like I said, as you saw in the post-credit scene, she had a meeting with Bruce Wayne, which I think is awesome. Oh, and also you saw in Suicide Squad, the Flash had a cameo.
Oh, say that again.
In Suicide Squad.
I can only.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I can't.
Okay, no.
I can't hear.
Uh-oh.
In the Suicide Squad.
Fine, Malik.
What do you say?
I can hear you fine.
Oh, you
don't know what's going on.
I can hear you.
Oh, I'm here. You can't hear us?
I can hear Paul too. Yeah.
Yeah, I can hear both you guys.
I heard you talking, but I didn't hear who you were talking to.
Okay, no, I was talking to everybody.
Because I heard you talk about Amanda Waller being killed on the Arrow show. They killed her off on Arrow.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, no, I was saying in the Suicide Squad, the Flash had a cameo.
Yeah, oh yeah, he did.
Sammy?
Yeah,
Is Sammy there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah,
Something's going on with Paul.
Oh, okay. Okay, then I guess I wasn't hearing. I guess.
I think there's some technical issues.
I'm hearing everybody very well.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I can hear everyone perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But
I guess we're a lot of people in the same time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Malik, I'm on the total opposite of everybody else. Found it satisfactory, but I had issues personally with Suicide Squad. You know, but I'm glad that it's funny. I match Rotten Tomatoes, but you know, everybody else seemed to like it fine enough, and I hate the fact that I agree with Rotten Tomatoes on something, because I would have signed that agreement. You know, get rid of Rotten Tomatoes if that was at all possible. Because I hate the fact that these critics are trashing things that are good and giving praise to things that are bad.
Yeah, actually, I don't pay attention to Rotten Tomatoes. I never have. So if I see a movie I like, I'm gonna go see it. I don't care what Rotten Tomatoes gives it. I'm gonna go see it.
I don't pay attention to critics. Period. I knew it was gonna be awesome. And here's the thing: I sent Sam and Jerry links. Suicide Squad beat Captain America's Civil War out at the box office.
Wow!
They smashed them.
That was in a particular day mostly, so we have to see how it's going to be at the end of its run. Because for now, the movie has to make at least $800 million to break even. So it's not a very easy task to do, and we can see that it beat, Captain America and the other movies if it really made more money than that, but Captain America made like $1 billion, I think, so I don't think that's possible to surpass. It only beat it in a particular day, I think. I'm going to check now.
Yeah, because I sent y'all links, I sent y'all links when I see this, something, a comic update, because I sent two of them, and I sent also Comics Defender. We need to talk about a link. I sent both of them. Have you seen the trailer? Who here has seen the trailer for the very final Resident Evil?
Oh, I love that. That was fantastic. Yeah,
that is fucking awesome. That's gonna be totally awesome.
Yeah, I think Captain America did make like a billion. I think it did make $1 billion.
Well, I will say this. I still personally thought Civil War was better than Suicide Squad. That's me personally. Even I still like Suicide Squad, but I really like Civil War.
Yeah. Marvel's
me personally.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, Marvel will always rule. I mean, Civil War was a lot better. Yeah, I mean, if I had a choice, I would choose Captain America because you gotta remember the saga continues. Infinity War is rapidly approaching, which I'm looking forward to.
Yeah, and when that does come out, I'm gonna be wearing my Infinity Gauntlet shirt. And
there you go.
Video and everything. I have an
Infinity Gauntlet gloves because they're out there.
Yeah.
I saw Josh Brolin wearing one at a Comic-Con picture. Yeah.
Okay, Devin said that he has to step out for a moment.
You gotta remember, next year.
Okay, so Captain America made $1 billion, 152,000, and so on. So I think barely anyone can beat that. Yeah. It's a huge box office.
I don't go by box office. I go by the film.
Yeah, we're just because Malik said that it beat Captain America, but that was just in a particular day. As I said, it just made more in the particular day. But other than that, the overall budget it's very high, and not many movies are going to reach that. Not only comic book movies, but in general. So $1.152 billion is too much.
Well, that's a budget to beat. So I guess Suicide Squad still has a ways to go.
Yeah, it will only be considered success if it reach 800 million. So let's hope that it's going to reach at least BVS's box office.
Yeah, because they said they had plans for spin-offs. They're saying there's a possible Harley Quinn spin-off, which I'm hoping to see.
Ooh.
Yeah, I heard the Harley Quinn.
Me too.
I do want to see that.
Yeah.
I'll see that. Yeah.
Okay, guys, I think that I'm going to go because we kind of are, live for 1 hour and 30 minutes. So I think I'm going to go for now. Yeah.
Okay.
You can continue if you like.
Okay.
Okay.
Well.
Yeah, I think, I contribute enough. We said so many things about so many stuff. We basically covered everything. But you can continue, of course, with whatever you like. And I will only going to say that Resident Evil is super awesome and Mila Jovovich is super awesome and she hasn't changed a bit.
She's 40 years old too. 40 years old, and she still looks
30.
like,
Yeah, she looks 30 at best. 30. She could even pass for younger. She looks perfectly young. So yeah.
Yeah.
No indication of age anywhere. Okay. So I'm very excited about that. Super awesome. Okay, guys, so thank you very much for this hangout, and hope that we're going to do more, and I'm really super happy that we all got together this time. It's very rare. It's not very easy to do, but I'm happy that we did it.
Okay.
Hey, you're the Amanda Waller, and we're your Suicide Squad, so.
Yeah, I'm glad I made it, even though I was late.
Okay.
Okie dokie, guys. So bye for now and have a great hangout. I'm going to watch you as much as I can.
Cool. Okay. Cool. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bye for now, guys.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye.